Hola, muy buenas a todos chicos y chicas de Century Gamers HD. Soy Crim06 y estoy en un jodido aprieto con los Metal Gear Ray. Porque tengo tres de frente y se ven las sombras de chorrocientos mil en el fondo, así que no mola. No seas puto. Corre. En serio, parar ya con los misiles guiados, por favor, os lo pido. Hola, ¿podéis parar ya con los misiles guiados? Gracias. No pueden parar, es imposible para ellos. Vale, gracias. Vale, guay. No me jodas. ¿Qué tal si os vais a por Snake? Madre mía, qué buena. Madre mía, vaya jugadita me he sacado de la manga, chavales. Se ha roto uno, perfecto, quedan dos. Mientras venís o no venís, yo os voy pegando, ¿vale? Ah, coño, que viene otro ahora, bien. Fiesta. Mierda. Vale, de fondo llega otro, así que fiesta y diversión aquí con los Metal Gear. No dispares. No. ¿Qué te he dicho? Anda, cómete la papilla, hijo de puta. No apuntes al... No, vigiados, no, tío. Vale, otro roto, venga, chaval, día. Hay que tener cuidado porque me atacan el que sube y los de los laterales también, no se quedan mirando, básicamente. ¡Oh, Stinger Missile! ¡Oh! Se me tira encima, pero qué aberración. No, que me pisa. Tira para atrás, bicho. Venga. Va, yo sé que tú quieres comerte el Stinger. Que tienes hambre. Cabrones. Es un complot. No es un complot, es un infierno, porque madre de Dios, colega. Me van a pisar. Cabrón. Pilla. Si os pillo con la boca abierta, pilla bastante. Rodillita. Y boquita. Y después de esto, Raiden le tienen que dar una medalla. 3. Madre mía, estos rey. Problemas rotulianos. No. Ah, pues sí. En el último momento, Sí, no sé ni cuántos llevo, tío, te doy la cuenta. Este no es el que va a entrar, pero bueno, así ya lo tengo un poco maceado. Teneme esa rodillita rica. Abre la boquilla. ¡Ay, hijo de puta! ¿Cómo me la ha jugado el cabrón? Otra vez, no. Pensaba que me había dado otra vez, no, maldito. No apuntes a la boca, bueno, da igual. Ni que sí. Hay una ración, pero está en el puto medio y está el bicho este en el medio, así que no me voy a ir a por ella ahora. Pero cuando lo reviente, que es ya. Ración rica. Entras tú, ¿verdad? No va a traer otro. Correcto. Me parezco un torero, tío. Me voy a ir de aquí con 4 aletas y 2 chapas de Metal Gear, ¡Hijo del mal! Madre mía, tío, cómo la salvo ahí. Pim pam. Soy un destructor de Metal Gears. Raiden está ya en las últimas, así que seguramente tal vez. Opa, madre mía, se me cae todo. Ahí Raiden. Olga hace su aparición estelar. Ya sabía que era ella.
Olga, don't do this. They'll know.
I'll hold them off. Give you time to get away.
What about you?
Pues bueno, mi bebé es más importante.
This is suicide.
Your nanomachines, they're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. You understand?
The child.
Podrías haber venido al menos con el exoesqueleto.
So many dead, and they all died trusting you. Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family. I know I'm going to hell, but at least my child.
I applaud your attitude. If you have a death wish, I'll be happy to accommodate you. See you in hell!
Raiden, échale una manita a Olga, por favor. No, ya veo que no. Raiden, cojones, haz algo. Por primera vez en el puto juego, haz algo productivo. Adiós, Olga. Revólver con el P90.
You have to.
Olga.
Hostia, vaya careto la han puesto a Raiden ahí, Joder, macho. Otra. Podrías haber hecho algo. Ya sé que estás cansado, te has cargado unos cuantos reyes, pero podrías haber hecho algo por la madre patria también.
Enjoy the show, Jack. Let's pick up where we left off.
Parece que este no va muy bien,
What's going on? What's wrong with it? AI, GW, it's out of control. What?
Parece que el virus ha hecho algo de esto. Pues sí. GW está fallando,
I'm
señores.
reading an abnormal impulse cascade throughout the neural network. I can't shut it down. What happened? Maybe some kind of virus. The Patriots? I don't know. Ocelot, what have you been up to? It's too late. Arsenal's system control is going haywire. It's on an emergency ascent course. machines.
Stupid Machines, pero llevas con el esqueleto de la parra, O venga ya, ¿de qué son esas balas? ¿De qué están hechas las balas que lleva ese P90? Dímelo, por favor, te lo pido. Te explico, dímelo. Que quiero 1000. Ya hace falta que dé uno. Ah, bueno, no, la pega uno.
Damn the Patriots.
Estoy un poco enfadado, Sólido. Ah, ¿otra vez me vas a violar? ¿O lo vas a matar alguna vez?
You still have some use.
Guay.
Captured Snake.
Hostia, Snake, has pillado,
Snake?
Vaya fail de misión habéis hecho.
Bring him in.
Ay, lo deja groggy en 0, joder, macho. Vamos a guardar, sí, porque madre mía. Se avecina cinemática histórica, Aviso para navegantes. Se avecina cinemática histórica.
Are you awake yet, Jack?
Pues parece que sí.
GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you.
Oye, Ócelo, ¿qué pasa?
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Yo no he hecho nada. Oh, ¿por qué siempre pillo yo si no he hecho nada? Buah, me revienta la vida, me mata. Ya, pero ¿qué es esto, loco? Es imposible de parar esto.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
Eso.
It's not him I want the answers from.
A mí me ha destrozado, tío. Me ha hecho un hijo ahí.
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Están pillados.
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots!
¡Hala! Vamos a ir a por ellos a muerte, ¿sólidos?
They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
No, there is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that.
Y aquí se destapa toda la verdad
What
de
exactly do
todo
you
lo
find
que ha
so
ocurrido
funny?
durante todo el juego.
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted, a little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
Un segundo Shadow Moses.
Ames and the president's deaths. The ninja.
Ninja.
The computer virus that mimics Fox Die. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker.
Y simularon un infarto a los Fox Die.
I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the president, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Fox Die. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your
Madre
plan
mía.
was invalidated even before execution, Solidus.
Ocelot, trabajando para los
Fat Man
Patriots.
was a different story. He's one of our own people. A sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience.
Yo en esa parte del juego no tenía ninguna
An
pistola aún,
instant creation of genius. And this training kernel would provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation.
Puto Ocelot.
Solidus, you
Estaba
and
al
the boy
tanto de
were
todo.
selected because your relationship resembles the one between
Snake
Snake
and
and
Big
Big
Boss.
Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses.
Me Foxhound
You're
me
the
dan
most
más,
impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound.
Monstruitos.
We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
Qué cabronazo.
Orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project?
Hostia, la ha dado.
How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
En todo el pecho, tío.
Do you know why no bullet could hit you? It wasn't magic, or some new age mumbo-jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your dead cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
Menudo cabronazo, tío.
You
Puto
were hamming it
ócelo.
up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
A ver, tampoco hace falta que te dejaras que te dispararan. Te podías haber pegado tú mismo un tiro,
Thought I
un
got her in the
abrazo,
heart.
no sé, un sobredosis de cualquier droga. Y él no le da ahora,
It missed.
porque lleva lo que le pusieron a ella. Cabrón.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Bastard.
Y este pedazo de salto del yayo. Ah, también las misiles de los otros chocos ahora. Me cago. Adiós, cabrón. Este es el original, este es el rey original. Diferencia porque tiene como dos ojos, digamos. Nosotros teníamos solo uno en el centro. ¿Los habéis escuchado?
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
Ah, otro con katanita. Madre mía, pero este hombre, ¿qué le han dado para desayunar a este hombre?
How's this then?
Dang.
A ver, Fortunato, has dicho algo hace un ratito.
Fortune!
You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Piñón, 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 piñón.
Everybody down!
¿Es ella? Sí que era la dama de la suerte, pensaba.
What the? Impossible!
Sí, sí. Sí que era la dama de la suerte.
She is Lady Luck.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson, the daughter of a proud and noble soldier.
Sí, creo que te vas a morir,
I can see my family again.
Damn! Try this instead.
Ahora tienes más. Bueno, claro. Láser, ya. Bueno, chorro de agua esa presión que corta.
No! No, not now!
Faltaba alguien en esta fiesta y acaba de llegar.
Brothers!
Liquid.
Liquid! I've been waiting for this!
It can't be.
Pues sí que lo.
I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
You were inside Ocelot?
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
What?
You're the only one that can free me. After all...
Los tres hermanos. Snake.
I'm
Reunidos.
off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss.
No aprenden esta gente.
Time to say goodbye!
Damn.
Like surfing, it's a good way to go.
Cling. Recordemos que las escuelas han llevado antes una bala de refilón en la cadena.
Stop this thing! Hey, Snake! You coming?
¿Te vas, cola? Madre mía. Y cada cual más loco, en serio. Ah, y esto se empieza a mover ahora solo. Muy bien, sí señor, sí señor. Es enorme, vaya bestia. Wow. Caída libre. Spider se rompe el costillar y el otro cae de pie, claro. No, se ha estrellado, ¿no? El arse de antiaria, Manhattan, ¿puede ser? Hostia, Federal Hall. Al lado de Wall Street.
Federal Hall.
What are you laughing at?
Do you know what day it is today?
Hostia, otro como la novia. No me jodas.
April 30th?
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence, the dawn of a new nation, here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule, liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
Muy bonito todo.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack, listen to me. We're all
Ven a mi
born with an
ladito, Jack.
expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation. The data of life is transferred from parent to child.
Suele pasar, sí, suele
That's
pasar.
how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles. Cloned from our father, with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out. What is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch? Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child, it extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well.
Ay, me mandan mucha información,
All
Tendré
I
que
want is to
hacerme
be
un croquis después de todo esto.
remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty!
Anda, un codec. ¿Quién será? Hostia, Coronel GW.
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
O sea que
To
hay más.
begin with, we're not what you'd call human.
Joder, si se le ve
Over the past
los
200
huesitos.
years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Ah, también es
Don't
mala
you
esta
know
ahora
that
al
our
final.
plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives. Through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
Supone que está bien y lo que
Is
está
that
mal.
even your own idea?
Or
Sí, un
something
poco por encima,
Snake
pero muy
told
por
you.
encima.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap.
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Qué cabrones, tío.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done
Bueno,
nothing
calma,
but
calma,
abuse
calma.
your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. you are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the
Vamos, que os
individual.
gustan las cosas como están y
Too
nos
much
gustaría que todo el mundo
power
fueran
for an immature
corderitos, ¿no?
species.
Cabrones, venga,
Building a
hombre.
legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now, we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation.
Cuidado. No es
What
Solid
it
Snake
does
Simulation.
stand for is selection for societal sanity.
Claro, eso sería en inglés. En español cambia el
The
S3
S3 is
por
a
el
system for
S3.
controlling human will
S2C.
and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
Muy bien. Voy a tener que estudiar después de esto, ¿eh?
What you
La verdad.
experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method. We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof.
Sí, muy bien. Sí.
Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them?
¿Por qué era el
It
más
was
mejor?
because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona,
escogen las voces
experiences,
de la
triumphs,
ama del
and defeats
presidente,
are
tío,
nothing
madre
but
mía.
byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Right,
Mata a Solidus.
take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival.
Pues venga, vamos a ella, dame algo para pegarte.
By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents.
¡Hijo de puta, tío! Aquí cada cual es más cabrón que el anterior.
I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix. It's time we were both free.
Wow, menuda cámara lenta, ¿no? Ya, era de esperar, que le iba a cortar la esposa así. Ay. Bueno, duro de espaditas, ¿no? Por lo que veo al final del juego.
I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they've formed. Brace yourself.
A ello. Pero va a ser en el capítulo final de Metal Gear Solid, porque esto ya se acaba, chicos. Nos vemos en el siguiente. Adiós.